Good day, everyone. My name is Andrei Varsnev, and today, together with Steven, I will show you our new project, forecasting website, which is already live and can be found on the following link. Well, before we go to the live demonstration, I just want to explain you why we embarked on this project to begin with. So first of all, we noted that, well, there are a lot of components that's already freely available to everyone. So we have lots of data available online and easy to get for everyone. Lots of simple forecasting methods are common knowledge as well. There are free textbook, there are free packages in R and Python that can do forecasts for you. What we also know from the latest info competition is that, well, simple models, they still do quite well. Well, there are more complicated models that improve their performance, but as benchmarks, those simple models are absolutely fantastic. And yet, it's difficult to get for an average person a reliable forecast of commonly used time series. For example, if you ask what is inflation going to be in the next quarter, well, I need to run a file, I need to run a program, I need to update my files in order to give this simple answer. So here, what I put it in the picture, that it's very easy to combine 1, 2, and 3, but yet kind of there is a huge bump to get to the forecast. So that's motivated our project, and we embarked on our mission. Well, first of all, make our life a little bit easier, so when people do ask us about inflation forecast for the next quarter, we can easily show this. But it became much bigger than this. So our mission is essentially to make forecasting models accessible to everyone, even people who do not necessarily know how to use R or Python, and to provide the latest economic and financial forecast of the commonly used time series. So our proposed solution is open source forecasting website, and it was kind of obvious for us that it has to be on the website because that's usually how people get their data. So it would be good to have forecasting in a similar format. And we are huge fans of open source, open textbook, or open R and Python packages. So we really wanted to keep it open source as well. So Steven will give you a live demonstration of our website, and what we hope to achieve with this website is actually to smooth the bump, so and everyone can actually enjoy the benefits of all publicly available knowledge and can get easily to the forecast whenever they need to. Over to you, Steven.
Thanks, Andre. So I'll go over a quick tour of the website and then have a brief discussion about how the website is run at a system level. So firstly, this is the website homepage. At the top, you can see the navigation bar and then our mission statement, and then underneath that follows our features sections. So we have a featured series, and we have information about latest news, and then corresponding snapshots for different countries or areas of interest. So the website is designed so that we can actually mix and match these different components, and so over time we will adjust what's shown on the homepage based on what's currently happening around the world. So at the moment, our featured series is Australian unemployment, because that's something that's been heavily affected by COVID-19. The latest news information here, that just comes from our blog, and our blog will be updated with news about new series that we've added, or new forecast methods, or maybe just general changes to the website. Some examples of different countries. At the moment, we mostly have Australia, US, and UK data listed, but that is subject to change, and we encourage everyone to contribute different series from around the world if they can. So US snapshot, and then US unemployment is featured, and then an Australian snapshot and a UK snapshot. From here, you can click on any of these series and it will take you to the series page. On this page, you can find a bigger version of the graph thumbnail that was shown on the home page. From here, you can select different time periods to view the series from. So by default, we only show the past 5 years worth of data. At the top left, you can select 5 years, 10 years, or all. So this is showing all the data for all historical data for Australian unemployment. And you can also adjust the slider down the bottom as well, so to have a range to your liking. Underneath that, you can select the different forecast method. So by default, the forecast that is shown will be from the forecast method, which we've determined is optimal via our backtesting method. So you can use this drop-down box to choose a different forecasting method if you like. So at the moment, it's set to the combination M4 benchmark, and that's marked as the best model. So if we wanted to look at what the auto-ARIMA model, or forecast was produced by the auto-ARIMA model, you can click that and the page will update and you can see the forecast has changed. Underneath that, you can see some information about the model details, including the cross-validation score that we used to compare the different methods, when it was updated, and when the data was collected last. You can also see the original source of the data. So we've given a direct link to where we got this data from. So you can go to that data and, if you want, check it out yourself. Over on the right-hand side, we have a tabular version of the forecast. So you can either select from this drop-down box the forecasted values or the different confidence intervals, and if you prefer to look at this in a tabular data form. Now, if you want to find a particular series or search for a series, you can click the Find a Series link at the top, and that will take you to the filter or search page. You can filter or search your series by name or tag, and you can also search by winning method. So I'll give you an example of the sorts of things you can do. So if you're interested in finding the series associated with inflation, so you can type inflation, and then there are 3 results found. There's Australian, UK, and US inflation so far. If you're only interested in Australia, for example, you can click the Australia tag, and that will limit the results to those associated with Australia. If you're interested in finding series where the winning method was a particular method, you can then tick any of these boxes. So if you're interested in finding all the series where combination M4 benchmark was the winning method, you can tick this box, and we can see that for these 3 series, the combination M4 benchmark was selected as the best method to use. Another interesting page might be the leaderboard page. So this page shows you how many times each method was selected as the optimal method over all the data or all the series available. So you can see that the naive method was selected as the optimal method 4 times. So if you click this link, it will take you back to that filter page, and the results will be filtered by the series where naive was the best method. Something to be aware of with the leaderboard page, don't take this as gospel that the naive method is the best method of all forecasting methods. This is just limited to our particular backtesting method or methodology, and also the data sets that we've used. So as we increase the number of data sets or series that are involved, we expect this leaderboard to change, and we will probably make some adjustments to our backtesting method in the future. I'd like to give a quick overview of how the system is designed. Most of our system is built using Python. There are 2 main components. There's the updater and the web server. These are 2 containers inside a Docker environment. The updater will run at 3 a.m. every morning, and it will download all the series data and then run the forecasting methods against each series. Now, we use a variety of forecasting methods. So most of them come from the forecast package in R, which we access through the RPy2 library. So we can actually call R functions directly from Python. We have other ones from scikit-learn, and we expect that in the future we will be able to use libraries like PyTorch, etc. The web server is quite straightforward, much simpler in comparison in terms of explaining things, but it's still quite a lot of code going on the web server side of things. But the main two components of the web server are Green Unicorn, which is the web server, and then Plotly Dash. Now, Plotly Dash is a way to build interactive dashboards, and what you see on the website is entirely built on Plotly Dash. Every interactive component, in fact, all components on the website are some sort of Plotly Dash component, and that's entirely written in Python. We haven't had to write any CSS or JavaScript ourselves, which is really great. So if you're unfamiliar with Plotly Dash, I highly recommend you use it for dashboarding applications, and it also really works really well for website development, particularly this sort of thing that we're doing here with our forecasting website. So that concludes the overview of the website functionality and system architecture, and I'll hand it back over to Andre.
Thank you very much, Stephen, for this amazing presentation. So a couple of concluding words from me is that our mission is for this project to become a community project in a way. So we have a live prototype, and by making this an open project, we hope to involve the forecasting community in further development. So if you want to add more series or new methods, so please feel free to submit your suggestions or your code on GitHub. And here are the links. Obviously, our website is here. So our GitHub repository is freely available to everyone. And if you want to correct a bug, if you find one, or add a series, or propose a new method to be added, so you can easily submit a suggestion here as well. And if this is not sufficient, here are our emails, so feel free to send us an email if you need to. And of course, it's a big project, so there are many people involved in it, and it was a tremendous effort. It was tremendous team effort, and many people worked overtime, and they used their free time to push this project to this stage. So I hope that you agree with me that it is looking really good at this moment. So thank you very much for your attention, and I hope you benefit from this website as much as we do. Thank you very much.